Gamers and gamettes, what is going on? My name is Tnek127. Welcome back to another Tera console video. And in today's video, I'm going to be going over all the base classes and races with you guys. Now, keep in mind, guys, this video is strictly coming from the technical test version of Tera console, so therefore the Valkyrie, the Gunner, and the Ninja will not be included in this video, just so you guys know. But all the races in this video and all the base classes of the game are actually in this video. Do keep in mind that Valkyrie, Gunner, and Ninja are all technically DLC classes. They're not the classes that were included with the base game, so I'll be covering those classes at a later time. But anyway, let's go into the create a character screen and go ahead and get started. Okay, so we're going to start with our races. First we have the Castanic male, female and male, sorry. Didn't realize I was starting on the female. And before we continue with classes, guys, one thing I do want to tell you is classes do come with little specific stat advantages, similar to how it works in Neverwinter, but they only really benefit you in PvP. Now, what I'm going to suggest is for classes, is honestly, play what you like, what you want to look at. This is the character you have to stare at for the rest of, your time in Tera. So don't go too crazy about like having the greatest stats ever, just for benefits and stuff like that, because to me, honestly, the small stat benefits that come with like races and certain things with classes and stuff like that, when they do this kind of thing with games, the benefits really aren't worth just making that specific class with that specific race, so you can have like that 0.0003 extra crit chance, or whatever kind of benefit you get. That's just an example. But just so you guys know, play what you like, play what you enjoy, what you want to look at for the rest of your time in Tera. Now, sorry for that interruption. Let's continue. But like I was saying, we have the Castanic male and female. We have the human male, the human female, next up, we have the Amon, female and male. Amon female, Amon male, male high elf, my personal favorite, and there's the female high elf, Papori, really cool little bear looking guys, the Ellen, everyone's personal favorite. If you've heard about Tera, chances are you have heard about Ellens. And then the Baraka. I don't see a lot of these guys around too much. I don't know if it's just, people aren't a fan of the character models or what, but I do not see a ton of these guys. So, we'll go ahead and go with a Castanic female, just to give an example for classes and all that stuff. So we have the Berserker, which is a burst DPS melee heavy armored class. Uses a great axe. Think similar to Final Fantasy XIV's Warrior, just as a DPS instead of a tank. It does get tanky later on down the lines in this level, from what I know, but it's a DPS class. For our next class, we have the Archer. Sustained range DPS, uses a bow and arrow. You guys get the drift. Does a lot of decent burst damage. Has some crazy AoE attacks from what I've seen. The Archer is actually a really powerful class. So if you guys like bow and arrows and that's your kind of thing, you're definitely going to want to check that out. Next one is the Lancer. This is one of our tanks. Heavy spear, heavy shield, very slow moving class, but this class is powerful and it holds aggro so easily. Like, I'm not kidding. You literally walk up to enemies and they're just drawn to you. I'm kidding. It's not that simple, but that's literally what it feels like. If you want a good tank for for beginners to start out, I highly recommend the Lancer. Next up is our Priest, healer. I personally don't have too much experience with this class, but healing, buffs, range damage, all that kind of fun stuff that comes with healing. My personal favorite, Slayer, melee, burst DPS. It's more on the light armor side, which kind of surprised me, because usually heavy weapon wielding classes, they use like heavier armor and stuff like that, but it's actually really fast for a heavy weapon user. Like, I have to give Slayer and Berserker that one thing. Usually heavy weapon wielding classes are, you know, fairly slow moving in MMOs, but these two move really quickly. They're very agile, making them very fun to play. So I was actually really surprised with that. Then we have the Mystic. Mystic is another healer, support, and range DPS. Mystics are extremely powerful. Like this thing has like all kinds of, you know, crazy AoE attacks and stuff like that. There was a dungeon we were running the other day, and I actually saw a Mystic get in trouble because the party didn't realize they were left behind, and they were just destroying mobs behind me. I was looking behind me like, what in the world is going on? And it was just this Mystic just slaughtering people. I was like, oh, okay. So, you know, if you're looking for a healer that, you know, comes with some really good power and healing at the same time, I would definitely give Mystic a go. Next is the Warrior. Warrior is a hybrid of a DPS or tank. It can be used for either depending on how you build it. I personally haven't experienced with Warrior too much, but it's a very fast moving class. It's not like, you know, your typical rogue or ninja that uses like two twin blades. No, this thing carries like two giant swords, and it's just like freaking Kirito style in Sword Art Online. It is a crazy class. If you want something, you know, fun to play, I would definitely check that out, whether, you know, you want to go tank or DPS. Next we have the Sorcerer. Your typical ranged mage, like similar to your black mage in Final Fantasy XIV, or your control wizard in Neverwinter. Fire, ice, all the crazy elements. This thing does it all, and it is powerful. Massive AoE damage, and not to mention a majority of its attacks, they all buff each other. This class packs a punch. If you want, you know, magic spells and you just want to, you know, AoE and destroy everything in your path, I would go with Sorcerer without a doubt. Next one is Reaper. Unfortunately, because I don't have a level 40 character, I can't show the Reaper. But last but not least, we have the Brawler. Now, there's a male Brawler coming to the game later on, but right now Brawler is locked to human female only. It is a mitigation tank, melee, heavy armor. This class is powerful. I'm talking, it can literally dart across the room and shove mobs into a wall. And when I say that, I'm not kidding. That's literally what it does. It literally turns into a fireball, punches mobs against walls. It is crazy. Holds aggro, does serious damage, has some powerful AoE attacks. It is a monster. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this video. If you all enjoyed this video, be sure to smash that thumbs up button for me. And I want to thank you all so much for watching. It's your boy, Tnek127. And please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video. Till next time, peace out, take care.